What's up, Digidestins? Did you hear the bell? You know what that means. It's another beautiful day in the Market Watch. So, guys, one thing I want to talk about real quick is that we're going to be seeing some very much in the commons and uncommon range, and rares are actually going up, and they're good to talk about because you can make some decent money right now with, you know, that bulk cards that you weren't really expecting to. So it might be a good time to try to move them. Without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So guys, let's talk about it. Agumon X Antibody X Record BT09. This uncommon. So guys, check through your bulk. You might have this if you guys have opened up a bunch of X Record cards. This card is now $3 a pop. That's nothing to scoff at. It's like $3.50 actually. You can go even higher than that at times. But being $3.50 for an uncommon is pretty nice, especially because if you sell on TCG Player, yes, they'll take profits from you. No big deal here. But now that value is going to come to you in ways that you want. I think $2.50 to $3 range is going to be normal for this card for a while, just because Shine Greymon's going to play it from now on. The War Greymon's going to play it forever. And Black War Greymon's going to play it forever. There's never not a chance you want to play this at a full playset. Because again, it extends, it searches, it does whatever you need it to do at the right timing. So, stuff like this is going to be viable and competitively viable for a while. Europe side looking like 2 cents to a dollar, €1. But caps at €5. There are not that many on market, to be honest with you, in the budgety friendly range. This means this deck is getting bought out. Cards are getting more and more expensive. People are pushing this deck, and it has good ground to cover. I don't know if this is going to continue being one of the best decks in format, but we'll have to see. On the English side of our TCG Player for Agumon Alternate Art Classic Collection EX01, it's $30 going up. So it was like $10 the last couple days, but in the last day, people have bought this card out like crazy. I mean, it only had a few listings, but you know, $13, $14, and then somebody bought it at $30. To be honest with you, this card is not worth the investment that you guys are thinking. Yes, you can play it in your Agumon decks, your Greymon tribal decks, or whatever you want to call it. This card, yes, can play your, adds one of your tamers and or Digimon with Agumon and its name to your hand. Place the rating cards at the bottom of the deck. Okay. When attacking, yes, it's great. Revealing the top 3 cards of your deck, add a tamer. So you get to dig a little deeper, get the free play cost. To be honest with you, similar to if you comboed it with the Greymon, yes, it would be really nice to combo in Chain Link into being able to grab the Tai, Greymon place 3-cost Tai. You know, that whole song and dance. That's still, you're digging deeper, you're bottom decking pieces that you really need. To be honest with you, this card is not worth it to play in your deck. Maybe a spicy one of, nothing past that though. I wouldn't go crazy and play 3 of this, even in my list, just because you are just searching for tamers at that point. And I mean, it's not worth it, to be honest. And you only can grab Agumons. It's not like it's grabbing a Greymon or a Omnimon, which this card would be better if it was doing that. That would be huge. But with cards that are just checking the top 3 and bottom decking, you now run into the risk of bottom decking key pieces that you want. So to me, I don't see the worth of this card. And for its value to be this high is just hype. Europe side looking like €8 to €10.30. Up to hitting €11. Not terrible. It's better than our prices right now. But I think this is where it should be, in the $8 range. Agumon Pro, the Digimon Card Game Fest 2022. Probably will never see another Digifest, so any of these Digifest cards are going to go up eventually anyway. But to me, you can either go either way with this card. It's a plus 2000 DP for your Greymons in name. It doesn't do anything for your, you know, Omnimons or anything like that, so it's okay. But the fact of if it gives your Greymon plus 2000 DP, it's useful. It definitely applies pressure. It continues that line, but to me, I think having basically the 12 searchers is just way too good and too consistent for you not to be playing it like that. So having it like this is I don't know. It's up to the player's choice, especially if you feel like you need more DP with this deck hitting 21 very easily without even breaking a sweat. So that's kind of like overkill, I think, in this. Yes, it helps in certain matchups when your opponent reaches 21 in the mirror match, but outside of that, I think you could just wait it out, wait a turn, unless they already applied lethal to you. There's no reason to really be that scared. Then, Agumon promo on the Europe side for the Digifest is looking like €7 to €9. A little more budget-friendly than what we're looking at over here, but, you know, that half the price is never bad on the Europe side. Gormon Battle Omni saw a giant spike, actually, at the end of April. Coming down, cooling off a little bit. I mean, this... Let's see. Sellers offline. See, this is manipulation. Let's see. Sellers offline. Manipulation. See, stuff like that, you can definitely tell that they're trying to manipulate the market, make people come down. But if you cannot add it to your cart, these are just scam people that aren't doing anything with what they're trying to sell you in a way. So it's still like a $5 card, which isn't bad. I think that's pretty decent for a card of this caliber. This card is going to be useful in most decks, and I'm not even joking. This card will probably always see competitive play, either in Shine Greymon, in War Greymon, Black War Greymon. It is a valued Digitama going forwards, and any Greymon theme centric deck that is red based will always play this. Then we have... Oh, I didn't do the Europe side. Whoops the daisy. That's funny. Let's see. Caramon. Oh no. Coromon. Why didn't you come up? Watch, Coromon's just like too later or something. I wouldn't put it past myself. Oh, yep. It was there. It was always there. Hey, whatever. Yep, on the Europe side, dirt cheap though. 25 cents, 40 cents. It doesn't even... It caps at 5, but it has a long while before it even breaks $1. So there's plenty of room for that. Then let's take a look at it. Caramon, release special booster. This card jumped up in price. Reason for that is Diaboromon hype with Quartzmon. Is it going to break the deck? Is it going to cause a lot of tops? I feel like it's going to top on online specials, but when it comes down to in-person events, unless I see the in-person event top with it, I really highly doubt this is a legitimate win for the deck. There are even people right now testing it, and I haven't seen any post on Diaboromon's topping, even on any of this TCG, Facebook page, that would make that worth value. And to be honest with you, it's not. I mean, Caramon's pretty good, don't get me wrong. About $2 is not terrible, but it kind of spikes pretty quickly. I mean, it's a $5 card. Let's take a look at it. It's bought out too, only 8 listings. Crazy. On the Europe side, it's fending off in the dollar range, €1 range to €2 range, kind of comfortably here. And there's plenty of to go around, so people aren't overly hyping it here. But if you guys want what would be classified, one of the max rarities is the Tamer Party Volume 3 pack. Caramon is up and up. It's about $3 comfortably. I would say $3 comfortably. But this is the alternate art. It's a lot cheaper than paying $5 for a gold rare border. Alternate art, same card, does the same thing. I would go with the alternate art, to be honest with you. On the Europe side, looking like €1 to €4. Not terrible. Then, let's see, Caramon Promo Event Pack 3. Bumping up a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't see competitive play with this, but that's just me. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. So Caramon on the promo for the event pack, what, 3? Yeah, 3 is about €4 to 15. It's not terrible in that range, so definitely keep an eye out on it. Nothing too crazy. Then we have Tai Kamiya from BTO2. Definitely seeing some interesting spike up. This is just somebody manipulating the market. It is a $3 card, boys and girls. Definitely, probably worth keeping an eye on, just because you might see it play in the black version of the Black War Greymon tribal deck or anything like that for the Ultimate Cups, just because then you can have full access to a tie, a 4-drop tie, memory setter, and a, 3-cost tie that basically gains you a memory for digivolving into a Greymon and then makes blocker and all that fun jazz. So stuff like that is something to keep an eye on, in my opinion, so worth keeping a watchful eye. Tai Kamiya for Europe side, though, looking like €1 to slowly climbing up to our price range, but plenty of stock, actually. This will probably bubble out once we get to Ultimate Cup season and change up for sure. Now, Tai Kamiya alternate arts from across time. Someone went buyout heavy. This card just got bought out as of yesterday. It was in the $27 range the day before, like $30, which isn't terrible. Now it's crazy expensive right now. So Tai Kamiya BT12 dropping down though on the Europe side. We're looking like €30 range, kind of where we were, which is not terrible in my opinion. We kind of want this. This is one of the better ties. Gallantmon Crimson Mode Digital Hazard EX02 is climbing up. Gallantmon is probably one of the few decks for the Ultimate Cup that you're going to value the most. This deck is really got the decent headway support that it needed, and with the new restrictions in Ulti Cup, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So, I mean, this can lead to being one of the better decks to pick up and play. On the Europe side, though, let's take a look. €34 up to €40. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Now, let's see. Metal Greymon Alterius Mode Digital Promotion. It's going down for its normal art, but foils and near mints are kind of just hand in hand. Just pick up the foils at that point. It's usually just like $1 difference with these kind of cards, but definitely seen in your red Greymon tribal themed decks. Alterius Mode on the Europe side, though, looking like 15. It's got €12 here, but it's like comfortably in the 15 to €18 range. Hits about 20 pretty quickly, though, and then caps out at the 30. Let's see what the foil is sitting at. Foil is kind of in the same price range, just by a few extra dollars. The 17 to €20 range kind of follows the same suit very easily. But good card, useful. Gallantmon Official Tournament Pack. So just to talk about this, I wouldn't buy into these just yet. Yes, Gallantmon is probably the only chase one out of the 6 you get, but it's worth just keeping an eye on and understanding what you're going to get. So not terrible, not bad at all. Definitely worth its value. Europe side, though, looking like €30 to €30. They still haven't had their complete run yet, so give it time. Definitely will come down on the Europe side as well. Machinedramon Revision Pack. So, guys, if you've been waiting for a cheap Machinedramon, getting into the deck is getting a little bit cheaper, just because this is at least a non-foil version. It has the correct text, so people won't question it, and that's really worth taking into consideration. This definitely being like a $7 to $8 card is not terrible in my opinion. Europe side, though, doesn't have the picture yet, which is surprising because usually they do. But looking like €8 to €10 range. Kind of a lot cheaper than what we were having it. So definitely good to see a cheap version. Huckmon Promo 066. Limited card pack. So the security rookies are expected to go up a little bit. Definitely expect them to be quite decently expensive. Who knows? Maybe Jessmon makes a comeback. People will play this. But to be honest with you, its warranted time has come. I don't see this going crazy. Europe side, let's take a look. €3 to about €4 range. Wow, plenty in that range. Very comfortably in that range, actually. So we could see that reaching our side. Let's take a look here. Diaboromon alternate art definitely saw a spike up. This is because of, you know it, and we all know it, is Quartzmon. Diaboromon Quartz is a deck. I still don't have 100% faith in that deck to completely dominate in any situation till we see results of in-person regionals, because online it's too questionable to ever speculate that it is fair play when a Diaboromon tops, especially when we had cheaters in the past win with Diaboromon in formats that they say, oh, Diaboron's the best in. It's questionable. On our side, we're just banking on high money. This was a reasonable card for a while, actually, until recently. It was like in the $14 range until, you know, people started hyping the deck up. And to be honest with you, it might do something, it might not. It really comes down to the pilot. It's a pilot-dependent deck. And then on the regular art side, it's a $3 card, practically. That's crazy to me in some circumstances, because Diaboromon isn't known to being like one of the best decks. But remember a little bit of key information. You cannot digivolve on top of your tokens. So if you think you can just digivolve Quartzmon on top of a, you know who, a Diaboromon token, you cannot. It has to be your main Diaboromon. So if this is the only Diaboromon you have that has blocker giving it all, your Diaboromons lose blocker. Now you have to be cautious, and you're not producing free tokens as much. So just keep that in mind when you're building these kind of decks, that certain playstyles aren't really legal. So Diaboromon EX01 on the Europe side, looking like €1 to €2 range. Not terrible. And then Diaboromon for its alternate art, at least it's still in its kind of normal range. They're not hyping it up on the Europe side, which is kind of nice to see. The €12 to €20 range, it's kind of in a decent, fair market value. Anything above that is just ridiculous. Errata. So Errata's box topper is climbing up like crazy, hitting already $14. And I kind of knew this was going to happen just because all it takes is some good Diaboromon support, and boom, it does something. But it does have to be a Diaboromon. So this is very much questionable. We do have, you know, Quartzmon is searchable in the deck, and it does help out, but Quartzmon isn't the end-all be-all for that deck, and the deck needs more support and love, because the problem comes down to is it can spit out a bunch of tokens. Doesn't matter, though, sometimes. Errata for BT5 on the Europe side for its box topper is about €6 to a €4 range. Kind of not terrible in that $5. So definitely a lot more cheaper than us. So definitely want to see that. Let's take a look at the next one, shall we? Then we have Chaosdramon. So worth talking about, because Chaosdramon is definitely seeing some buyout, and it's crazy. This card is being bought left and right. It's almost a $10 card just for its super rare, guys. And it's worth just taking that for note. And then for its alternate art, already $15. I'm glad that I picked it up when they were like $9. I'm kind of happy. So that is definitely a good buy-in for me. But definitely was a deck to not sleep on. On the Europe side, we're looking like €8 to 15. Kind of expensive there, actually. And it's going up. So they're kind of in our price range ballpark. On the Europe side, €11 to €15 range. Okay. Kind of expected. Then we have Androidmon 2022 Championship Online Regionals. For the participation, it's starting to spike up, boys and girls. That's just because Machine Dramon hype is there. And some people value this card, some people don't. And it's all up to you on your deck list. On the Europe side, though, for this, it's kind of bought out. There's only a few copies. Kind of expected as well. Then let's talk about Quartzmon across time itself. dipping down a little bit. Not terrible. It's about $5. So it's good to see him coming down a little bit. Maybe will he hit $4? I think that'll be probably where he caps. He'll just stay at 4. That's how low it goes. Europe side, though, looking like €6 to €8 range. Not terrible. Then we have Diaboromon X Antibody across time, BT12. About $7.75. Going down, boys and girls, which is good. This is definitely seeing good signs that these aren't fake listings because they're kind of in range, market range, which is good. That's what we kind of want to see. So Diaboromon, sorry, not Diaboromon. Sorry, I talked way too much about villains. Europe side, though, looking like €11 to 13. They are way more expensive, but they are waiting for more of their product. Let's take a look. Agumon Superior Mode across time. Jumped up and then kind of just bubbled a little bit down. We're looking at, $10 to $11 range, which isn't terrible. Superior Mode, Agumon Superior Mode. Regular art, by the way, this is. €10 to €11 range, which isn't terrible. Talk about is none other than Machinedramon Dimensional Phase pre-release cards. So this card definitely flatlined, but just got massively bought out recently because Machinedramon hype. It got bought out to the point where it is now a $20 card and no other listings to refill it. And I don't expect this to refill anytime soon. So on the Europe side, though, it's in the plenty of stock actually, and it's like dirt cheap, €3 to €5 range. Not terrible actually. So guys, what did you think of the market watch? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.